He gave birth to Henry VIII's longed-for son and then promptly died. This is the story of Jane Seymour. If you're a fan of history, then don't forget to hit the follow and let me know in the comments what sort of content you want to see. Anne's fall from power was swift. It took less than 2 weeks for her to be arrested, tried, and executed on trumped-up charges of treason. The day after Anne's execution on the 20th of May, 1536, Henry and Jane were betrothed, and the couple were married 10 days later in the Queen's Closet at Whitehall Palace by Stephen Gardiner. Jane quickly became a very popular figure because she was sympathetic to the cause of the late Queen Catherine and her daughter, the Princess Mary. She was also a Catholic. Unlike Anne and Catherine, Jane would die before she could be crowned queen. As queen, Jane was the exact opposite of her predecessor, Anne Boleyn. Not only was her motto bound to obey and serve, but the one time she attempted to intervene in politics, which was in 1536 when she asked the king to pardon those who participated in the Pilgrimage of Grace. Henry immediately rejected Jane's pleas and is supposed to have reminded her of her predecessor's fate, implying that Anne lost her head because she meddled in politics too often. Jane had a very close relationship with her stepdaughter Mary. She helped to patch up the relationship between Mary and her father, and she even attempted to have Mary restored to the line of succession, though that wouldn't happen until the reign of Queen Catherine Parr. Jane fell pregnant in January of 1537, and it seems that throughout her pregnancy she was very fond of quails. Jane would give birth to the future Edward VI on the 12th of October 1537. Edward was christened 3 days later, and Jane was reported to be doing well. However, things weren't as they seemed. Jane's labour had been extremely difficult, lasting a total of 2 days and 3 nights. Despite popular conjecture, there was no suggestion of a caesarean taking place. By the 24th of October 1537, Jane was dead. There are 2 main theories as to how Jane may have died, one being that she caught an infection during the birthing process, and that unfortunately killed her. That was an extremely common way for women to die in the 16th century, so it would make perfect sense. Another more recent suggestion is that Jane may have actually died from food poisoning, but honestly the most likely cause was childbed fever. Jane was buried on the 12th of November 1537 in St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle, with her stepdaughter, the Lady Mary, acting as the chief mourner. Nearly 10 years later, her husband, King Henry VIII, would be laid to rest next to her. Due to the fact that Jane gave Henry a son, Henry would revere Jane's memory for the rest of his life. Jane's son would become King of England in 1547 at the age of just 9 years old. He would go on to rule for 6 years before dying at the age of 16 in 1553.